So there was a really interesting situation last year that went completely unnoticed, and I get why, but I kind of want to bring it back up because it was very fun. So there was a Minnesota Vikings game against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, Week 13, and in this game, the Buccaneers were driving the ball. It's at the end of the half. They're running out of time. They have no timeouts left, and then they complete a pass over the middle, get the midfield, but now they have to hurry up and try and spike the football. And in doing that, there was something interesting with the clock. And I'm going to play the clip. You're also going to see that at a certain point, I'm going to show just a still image of Tom Brady, because if I just show the whole play, I want you to be able to hear the audio for a little bit longer. But if I show the whole play, it'll get copyright claimed. So that's why that's going to work. But watch the clock and just watch the whole play.
With 1 second left.
It was close.
It was close. It kind of got stuck there, I think.
It did. It hovered, didn't it?
It hovered. It hovered.
They're going to leave 1 second on the clock.
So, oh my God, the clock was on 1 second for more than just 1 second. How weird is that? Tampa Bay did get to run another play, which they threw a Hail Mary. There was pass interference in the end zone. They get the ball at the 1 yard line, elect to kick a field goal. That's 3 points that the refs totally cost them, or the scoreboard operator totally cost them. And I went on Reddit. Today I looked up sort of Reddit posts from that game, and people were very unhappy about it. Like, look at these comments. That was a friendly clock. The clock stopped at 1 before they even snapped it. What the bleep? Bleep, no, he didn't get that off. LMAO. LMAO, are you kidding me? That was about 3 second long second. That play shouldn't have even happened in the first place. If they don't want to give the Bucs an extra 3 seconds, if they don't give the Bucs an extra 3 seconds, and then the Vikings are getting abused by the refs today, that one was true, but we'll get to that in a second. And to be clear, it wasn't just Minnesota Vikings fans that were upset about it. Other fans were upset too. Here's a Chiefs fan saying friendly clock operation there, LOL. You also have Packers fans getting in saying Vikings got absolutely hosed on that drive. Holy, you know what? Clock should have hit 0. Another Packers fan said refs bailing out Brady and the Bucs with 2 C's, 1 C. Come on, guys. Bucs twice in a row. The clock stayed. The clock cleared on for longer than 1 second, and that was a pathetic defensive pass interference. By the way, pass interference, totally not pathetic, was totally real. And then he said, when you get Packers fans sticking up for Vikings, and then he says a lot of explicitives, and then there's another Vikings fan who was mad about the clock. Even the Buccaneers fans trying to defend what happened are saying that the broadcast clock was wrong, but on the field, everything was actually perfect and okay. They're trying to make that argument, which is interesting. So you might be arguing, why do I care so much? I mean, this helped the Buccaneers get 3 points in a game that they ended up winning by double digits. So who really cares? The funny thing about this is that there was never a point when the 1 second clock was there for more than 1 second. I mean, technically it was, because the play stopped when it was at 1 second, so it was there for longer. But it totally was not stuck onto 1 second for more than 1 second. Look at this. This is a tweet I had at the time where I paused it right when the clock hit 1 second. The frame hits 1 second, then I paused it. And, this is my Twitter, at Jackson Kruger. Make sure to follow me. I need to be better at plugging that on here. But this is what I tweeted out at the time. But I figured, hey, off-season content, this could be a good video. Anyways, you see the stopwatch, which this is just me screen recording my computer. So this is, the left is the stopwatch, the right is the game. I went back and started playing it. So at 11:30 is when it is stopped. So once I start it, it has to hit 12:30 for the clock to hit 0, right? That just logically makes sense. That would be another full second. And as you see, Brady spikes it, and the second he spikes it, it's at 12:04. So he clearly gets this ball off in time. He clearly had spiked it in less than 1 second. So it was not on the 1 second mark for more than 1 second. Despite this, Joe Buck, Troy Aikman, and everybody watching at home seemingly thought it was on 1 second for more than 1 second, which I just don't fully understand why that was the case, because it turns out to not be true. And I have a couple of theories. One of those theories I had was that maybe perhaps you have someone, Troy Aikman and Joe Buck say it, and because just a commentator says it, people are more inclined to believe it. This is something I know for a fact to be true. I've definitely had conversations where, a commentator says something about a game, and then I talk to a friend the next day about that game, and they just repeat what the commentator says, even if it was wrong, just because they say it. People assume that those guys know what they're talking about, which of course is usually a safe assumption, not always. In this instant, it was not a safe assumption. But I just find it incredibly fascinating, and part of me does wonder, why exactly did this happen in the first place? Why did Joe Buck and Troy Aikman think it was on 1 second for more than 1 second? My closest guess is that just because it literally was on 1 second for longer, because right when it hit 1 second, it ended up being on there for, it kind of took maybe 2 seconds for people to realize, because it was snapped a little bit less than 1 second, but maybe it just took people an extra second to realize, okay, it has been snapped, it has been spiked, so that's where it is. But it's a fascinating sort of thing, and I almost wonder if someone who knows more about philosophy could give a better explanation for exactly why that's the case. I think part of it was the Vikings had gotten some actually bad calls this game, so now you hear this and people are just now mad and they just want to yell at stuff, and they want to say even the scoreboard operator is out to get us. No, that wasn't the case. It was totally fine. I just find it absolutely hilarious. And all those comments on Reddit seem really funny to me now when you look back and realize, oh, yeah, you were getting super mad and you were the one who was wrong. That's always good. But I don't know. Interesting stuff. Again, it's the off season. I thought it would just be sort of a fun video. I might make more of these kind of videos, just, fun videos, not necessarily learning much, but just having a good time with a silly story that happened in football. So if this is the kind of content you like, let me know. If you say, nah, film studies, that's fine, then, that's cool too. Again, it's the off season, only so much to talk about. So hope you guys enjoyed this video. And of course, as always, thanks for watching.